Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bat Châtillon 155-58. It's the Tier 10 French SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of linyarin. Yes, he's appeared a lot in recent videos, and in fact some of the new players who've just reached the channel are sending in some of their very best, so we can have a look at them. Okay. Well, a lot of people have been playing the Bat Chat 155-58 recently, and they're getting good results. And that's not surprising, really, because he is actually quite a fun Arty to play. In fact, it used to be a lot better, a lot more fun when they actually had 4 shots and that you could platoon, because that meant that you could actually pin down enemy tanks and wipe them out completely in a couple of magazines. Now you can see he's already gone into a firing position. It's not the best one because it's a well-known firing position, and that means the enemy might actually try to get a shot on him. Okay, EBR 105 scene, M60 scene, tier 10 game. And that EBR 105, well, he's making his way around, but we've spotted a BZ75. He's being a lot more predictable. Now you see here, linyarin's doing it correctly. He's aiming at a specific point, holding the aim on that point, waiting for the enemy tank to drive through it before he fires. That way he has much more chance of getting an accurate shot, but he left it a bit late there, and unfortunately he missed his chance, I think. So he's now looking around, and he's found the EBR again. Rounds out. Kill shot! EBR down. Yeah, that was a good shot, and yes, that was a nice kill, because of course it was a very on target kill. He actually aimed ahead and the target went straight through the aim point, and bang, he's gone. He's doing the same again to the BZ75, but he's actually moving his aim there. But there you go, he got a direct hit. Now he's still got one more shot to go, and he's changing position by moving horizontally between each shot. Now, or laterally, I should say, not horizontally. Laterally moving means it's much more difficult for the enemy Arty to work out where you are. If they fire where they see the tracer coming from, you're no longer there. And he splashes the front of the BZ, and then he's moving again. There you go. And that's all you have to do to avoid counter battery. So long as you're not predictable. The problem is that some players are a bit predictable. Oh, we just saw a ram kill there. Okay, now the enemy seems to be doing rather badly over on the other side of the battlefield. The reload time for this Arty, 49.86 by the book. You can see linyarin's got it down to 48.08, and he's actually in reload at this moment, but in 10 seconds time he should be able to lob 3 shells at that Super Conqueror with a 10-second intra-clip reload. He's gone to the overhead mode again. Seems like he likes to go different ones. That's going to miss. Yep, it stunned him though, and he did get stun assist off that one. There's the other RT firing in, which is, of course, on our team is a Conqueror gun carriage. Our second shot goes in, but this time around it stuns our Super Conqueror as well. So that's not so good. Or was it the T-22? No, it was our Super Conqueror. Okay, we've still got 1 shell to go. That BZ75 is still up in the middle, but there's also an M5Y trying to make his way to the back of the map to stop our guys. Rounds out, looks good. That was an engine bay hit, and it looks like the Conqueror gun carriage is also firing in the same direction. Okay, so now we're waiting for the reload to complete again. You should get through at least 3, maybe 4 reloads on the Bat Chat 155-58 in a game, unless it's a very long game, in which case you might actually get through 5 or 6 reloads. You've got plenty of ammunition though, so you're not going to run out at all. Okay, shells going in, last shot. Well, the M5Y's gone. Oh, there's something happening. I think we've got an aircraft about to crash in the middle of the battlefield. In the meantime, we're looking what's going on over up here. M60, rounds out. Yup, that was a hit. We're seeing the aircraft crash onto the field. Okay, we've got a Rhino Sorrente here. Lined up. Rounds out. That landed directly in front of him. And we've got some stun assist. Just got to change position just slightly. Okay, there's a Foch B. Random shots. Dialed in. Rounds out. We're now in reload. And now might be a good time to actually relocate. And he could actually relocate over to the village and shoot from there. And that would avoid any counter battery because the enemy just wouldn't know where the shells were coming from. He's decided to stay in this corner of the map for the meanwhile, but he is relocating just a tad. Just a little bit. There's only 5 enemy left, including their two Arty. Okay, we've got a 113 Beijing Opera. He's gone. And that's just 2 tank destroyers. The Striv 103B and a Guerrilla 15. They're Arty over a Conqueror gun carriage and a GWE 100. And they've just turned up. Now, going for the Conqueror gun carriage. Unfortunately, he dies before our shell arrives. And the GWE 100 has now gone as well. But we've got another shell in the breach, so we can go for the Guerrilla, who's been spotted. Rounds out. Oh! Well, I thought for a second that was a penetrating shot, but it was 286 hit points, and he got the stun assist when the Guerrilla was taken out. There's only 1 enemy remaining, the Striv 103B, and I suspect he's very near to where he was last seen. Yes, he is. He's up on the hill. Yep, he was in a firing position. He was actually in the bush, and he dies before our shell gets there, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for linyarin in the Bat Châtillon 155-58. He also got his first mark of excellence out of that game, which means he's now being very consistent. He's also got a bruise the middle for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, he only killed 1 tank. It was the EBR 105. So, yes, he killed the right one. His win rate from the game, 2021, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Super Conqueror on his team, who picked up a steel wall and a Confederate for 4,380 hit points. So that wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage went to the Striv 103B on our team, 4,050. And the third highest damage in the game turned out to be the Striv 103B on the enemy team, with 3,564. You can see that linyarin managed 2,113 hit points, which put him a little way up the table, but he was still beaten by 4 members of the enemy team and 5 on his own team, which means that, yes, he's in 10th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, it was actually the Leopard 1 who got the most with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Super Conqueror on his team, the Striv 103B, and in 3rd place, we've got the T22 Medium on his team, and on the enemy team, there's Striv 103B, the Guerrilla 15, and the M60. And as I said, he only got the 1 kill out of the game. When it came to base XP, he's a little higher up. He's actually in 4th place because the Striv 103B managed 1,049, the only player to get over 1,000 base. 920 went to the Super Conqueror, 915 went to the T22 Med, and 876 went to linyarin. He fired only 12 rounds, so 4 reloads in total. 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which I suspect will have been the BR-105. It was. It penetrated. Yeah, it came in from the right angle. Didn't hit the wheels. Went straight into the body of the tank and wiped him out. And if we go back to the details, he also got 10 splashes. Damage of 2,113 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy. Kill 1. and 2,301 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. So that's where he got the first class tanker. He also got a profit of 89,171 credits from the game and 5 bonds because it was tier 10 and 2,628 experience points. But the best thing about it was he did get that first mark. And that's establishing that you have got consistency, and now you've just got to work your way up and increase the amount of damage you do each game, and that will give you the exact amount that you need to get your third mark. I can recommend going to What Garage actually to look up exactly how many points you need to get for each stage of the game. I haven't actually got it available directly in view right now. Let's have a quick look to see if I can quickly do that for you. If I click it up. There you go, that's What Garage, and all you have to do is look up the actual vehicle, which will be France. Close that. It's tier 10. Close that. There's the Bat Châtillon 155.58. Then we go down the list and we can see to get the first mark you need 1,890 damage to actually get the MOE, or an average. 2,655 to get the second mark, 3,256 to get the third mark, and to get all the way up to 100%, you're going to have to get an average of 3,734 hit points per game just to show consistency. And to get the masteries, you can actually see here how much XP you actually need out of each game to get the consistency. So yes, he managed to get a first class, so he's over 844, and you can see that he only needed 939 to actually get the mastery. And in this game, we can see if we go to the back, he actually managed to earn 1,314 on a premium, so 878, actually 876, because we're looking at the base XP. So actually, if we go back to here, there we go, 876. We look at What Garage, we can see, yes, that's a first class. So he now knows exactly how much he's got to get in order to get an ace tanker out of the vehicle. That's a very useful guide if you're actually in a contest with someone and you want to know how much you've got to get an ace tanker. Well, now you know. You can go to What Garage, look it up, and it'll actually tell you how much you need to burn, how much you need to hit in order to get those marks. So I hope you find that useful. What Garage? The other site that I always say is very useful is this one, Tanks GG, because it does have a lot of information and all the interesting facts which I put into these videos I get from looking up the stats on these vehicles as I'm playing them. So here we are, we've got the Bat Châtillon 155.58 showing here. You can see all the stats are available to me, and I can even check out the values of various combinations of the tank. And you can also look up the 3D models, so you can look and see, this is the collision model. And if I show the live model, you can see, oh, it's easy to penetrate with the HE rounds, because that's what we're showing down here. And the HE rounds will have no trouble going through the armor on these vehicles. But if you look at the collision model, that's actually just the strength of the armor from different angles. You can also, if you want, you can actually use the, there's another site as well called Armor Inspector. And if I show you that one, I've got it available here. And in Armor Inspector, you can actually look up the actual modules of these tanks and see exactly where they are. Now, the last one I looked at was the Kampfpanzer RH, so that doesn't actually have a model that I can look at, but we can look up another one that actually does have where the modules are located. So it's just a matter of findings. There it is, the T29. Now we do have the T29 in here, and all I've got to do to show you that then is you can see where the people are placed. So you know, if you want to take out a particular person, you know where you got to lay the shot. If you want to hit the ammo rack, yes, you hit the rear of the turret area. If you want to hit the hull and try and get the shell through, to get the ammo rack, you've got to put the shell very low. In fact, near the front half of the tank, just underneath the center of the tank. That's where it is. But you also know where the engine is as well, and where the driver is. So it's very useful to know this, so you can actually then place your shell in just the right spot to actually get major damage. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.